several things that we put in the program to play for you. They're silly names, because that's what the book calls them, I'm sure, for copyright, because they didn't want to pay royalties. Hopefully you'll be able to recognize them. Each one we pick out of there kind of just shows you the progression of what we've learned. The first one, you'll know because it was made famous originally by Lady Gaga, is Hot Bundt Cakes, also known as hot cross buns. But that uses our first three notes that we learned. Everybody's playing together, just trying to get some honks and squeaks and sounds out. And then each one adds another little element. Lamb chops, we've learned another note. We've also learned about some rests. It's lamb chops because it's bareheaded lamb, but it's also chopped up, and they've got to rest where their ear tells them they should be playing, so they've got to actually read the music. I think after that is Beethoven's Joy. Probably figured that one out, recognize it too. That one we learned to start playing longer notes and make them smooth, and not longer notes, but connecting more notes at the same time and playing a phrase and all that kind of stuff. And we've added a fifth note by that time. Then we're doing, I think after that is the Good King, and we're going to feature each of our sections in at that time, and you'll hear a little snippet from the flutes, and then the clarinets, and then the altos and tenors, and we'll go through the whole section so you can get to hear your kiddo and their instrument, what that sounds like outside of the whole band. We learned Italian words, all our words are Italian in music, and we learned the words soli and tutti, soli meaning small group, tutti meaning all middle schoolers giggle, but means everybody plays together, so you hear the difference in that for the Good King. And we finish off that part of it with Shining Stars, which hopefully you'll recognize as Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And that one, they learn some dynamics, meaning how loud or soft they play. So now they're putting all that together, all the notes they've learned, the phrasing, all these things, connecting notes, and now they're trying to, differentiate loud and soft and still play with a good tone the whole time. And like I said, none of this will be a surprise because you've heard this at home every day, so you're all prepared for this. After that, we'll finish off with, I think, what to put in there as a sweet holiday suite. It's 4 pieces, and we've clumped them all together to make a suite of pieces. So like 4 movements of the same big thing. Usually when we do that, we don't pause between, there's no clapping, we just go straight through. If you feel so inclined to clap, by all means, go for it. We're not going to stop the concert. We will have a little pause because the basses have to switch around, because we have 5 or 6 of them, and we can only have a couple of them plug in at a time, or that's all you'd hear is an electric bass concert. I'm going to try to go quickly through all that now, so I told you all about it. Hopefully you'll recognize all these tunes, and we're going to start off with some Hot Bundt Cakes. Some of the reactions of the kids walking through school today when we did that were priceless. Hopefully you had the same reaction, and that's not what you're hearing at home. But that's probably what you heard in September when they started. Hopefully now you'll hear a little bit of a difference. This is Hot Bundt Cakes for real. Band people in the audience, please be a good audience and don't talk. Band people in the audience. Alright, Beethoven's Joy is next, and this one, hopefully you'll hear some differences. They're learning to stretch that out and use more air. One of the hardest things learning to play an instrument is not huffing and puffing every note out. I try to tell them it's like they're talking. They would not talk like this to you for very long, or you'd go insane, and so would they. So we're trying to connect that. So hopefully in this you'll hear some longer notes or some longer phrases, and you'll be able to hear like a whole thought before they take a breath and stop. So here's Beethoven's Joy. Our last portion of this is our Sweet Holiday Suite, and it's going to feature 4 tunes. If you've checked out the program, Jolly Old St. Nicholas, the Dreidel Song, fitting as tonight's the first night of Hanukkah, Kwanzaa Celebration, and then we'll end with Jingle Bells. Aside from just being longer pieces, everything they've played so far is just, a couple lines, little snippets. These are longer, they incorporate some new symbols, repeats. They got a learning to read what's called the roadmap for Jingle Bells. Everybody just thought they were going to pull their hair out. They're like, I can't do this, it's not possible. Ask them about liking to eat puppies, and they'll tell you all about how to read music. So, but the other thing they learned in this and doing these pieces that I didn't mention is playing in different parts. You've heard a couple little harmonies where they broke into parts or they played the same part at a different time so it made harmony. But this time there's going to be 3 parts for every song. So we learned about the melody, some harmony, and the bass line. So hopefully you'll hear all those different things and they have to have a little more independence than what they've had so far. So I'll finish up here with the 4 pieces for our Sweet Holiday Suite.